Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Ordinal Revolution presents Kimi and Friends. Ordinal's Bitcoin Builders. What's up, guys? We have a great show for you guys today. It should be a real fun one. We're probably gonna have this one a little short because there is the big spaces after this with the Goosenal gang. So we're gonna have a really good show. Not as long as normal, but we'll keep it fun. Um, let's every morning, Saturday morning, we do these spaces for Bitcoin builders. Kimmy puts this together. He always does an amazing job. While we wait for everyone to get in here, we're gonna go over some prices like we always do. Um, the number one BRC 20 token right now is Sats by volume, sitting at 0.000559. This had some amazing news this week. This is going to be the fee token for the Unisat swap that is dropping October 18th, and then to the public it is dropping October 25th. That should be absolutely amazing. So yes, that's the fee token. And then sitting at number two spot is Track, sitting at 32 cents. And then we have Ordi in the number three spot, sitting at $3.37. Meme. Haven't seen this one in the top five in a while, sitting at $9.94. Then we have some of the Chinese community, the BTC CS token, sitting at 7 cents. Oshi been on a downward spiral lately, and it's keep on spiraling, sitting at $180. It feels like it was just a few weeks ago when this thing was at $2,000. Insane. OXBT sitting at 38 sats. This has also been on a downward spiral. I'm actually looking for some of these tokens to really bounce October 25th when it really gets going. I feel like it should be really fun. So if you guys want to take a trade, not financial advice. Orpo sitting at 4 cents. Zbit sitting at about 4 cents as well. What else we got? We got anything good on here? Council token again. It seems like a lot of these tokens from the beginning are just completely getting their asses kicked, sitting at $49. This one was at $400 not long ago. MXRC sitting at around 6 sats. What else we got on the? Let's look up Honk. It's not in the top 25, but Honk is one of my favorites here, sitting at around 0.0043, about mint price if you're using Unisat. Not terrible, maybe a little higher. Yeah, so we'll jump over to Magic Eden, take a look what's going on over there. Ordinal Maxibus sitting in that number one spot on the 30-day. Let's look at the 7-day. Goosenals in the 7-day sitting at 0.0002. Then Ordinal Maxibus sitting in that two spot, sitting at 0.219. The Frogs in the three spot, sitting at 0.0199. And we got a new category called Rare Sats. The cheapest Rare Sat on here is probably 0.0001. It's probably a pizza set. Bitcoin Punk sitting at the fifth spot at 0.017. Keck MaxiBiz in that sixth spot sitting at 0.008. Bitmap Floor sitting at 0.0002. Let's check out the categories for that. If you wanted a one digit bitmap, you'll be paying around 3 Bitcoin. If you wanted a 2-digit bitmap, you'll be paying 1 second. You'll be paying around 0.15. If you wanted a 3-digit bitmap, you'll be paying, I'm sorry, 0.015 for a three. Damn, 0.015 for a 3-digit. That's pretty crazy. Haven't seen that in a while. If you wanted a 4-digit, you'd be paying around 0.003. If you wanted a 5-digit bitmap, you'll be paying around 0.0037, about 40% higher than the floor. Jumping back to Magic Eden. We got BTC guys sitting at 0.35. And then we have the Bit Apes by 48 Golf Club members sitting at 0.0042. This is a new one. Satora Shop sitting at 0.00075. Don't really know what this is. Something new. Looks like a t-shirt. I'll definitely take a look at that for the show. BTC Kings sitting at 0.013. I haven't really seen this one. This looks like a newer project sitting on the 7-day. Nocturnal Parts. So this was just dropped by the man, the myth, legend, Mr. BRC. Looks like pretty cool. You can add stuff to your MaxiBiz. Something really awesome. Definitely have to talk to him about this. But yeah, that is your Saturday morning update on on what's going on in the markets. Let me pass it over to my partner, as always, Mr. Yagobi. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. Just trying to get a couple of things going here. Sorry, I'm just messaging in the background. Yeah, so a lot of great stuff happening in the space, especially this past couple weeks. There's been a lot of energy, I feel, re-injected into Ordinals, and we have some base members in the spaces right now. So shout out to them. They've definitely done a lot of great work of kind of actually being a big part of that energy that's been re-injected back into Ordinals. One thing that I've noticed that the whole Goosenals movement has done has kind of bridged this gap between the Chinese community and the U.S. and the Western communities, right? So that is something that's awesome. We've been talking about that the past couple weeks here, finding a way to do that. So we're going to actually, after we're done with this, we're going to pop over to their space that has a mixed community with Chinese community in there. And we want to keep that movement going, right? I know that we need like translators and stuff for that to be as efficient as possible. But I know Mr. J has been helping out a lot with that. So shout out to Mr. J, as well as Jeffrey from Recursive Verse has been a huge help as well. So with that being said, we really want to jump into the list because it's going to be a little bit shorter spaces today than we normally have. But before that, I do want to get a little bit of a kind of I guess like a breakdown summary from Bean, if you don't mind, of how that bridge has been gapped between Chinese and the Western communities in terms of Twitter and what's been going on with the whole Goose Nose movement. If you could kind of do a summary of that for us, please.
Yo, what up, Ord Revolution fam? Good morning. Thank you for having me here today. I really appreciate that. Good morning, Shizzy. Good morning, Yagobi. Good morning, Kimi. Good morning to all the listeners and speakers here. Appreciate all you coming in this beautiful Saturday morning and coming to listen. You know, how this kind of came to be in terms of bridging the gap is actually been a focal point of mine since the beginning, since I've actually started my project. I'll be very honest and transparent about it. Everyone's just trying to attack their own market, but one of my strategies was to kind of how can I gain the attention of the overall market and create some connectivity. And obviously, that was just connecting with people on spaces and connecting with people basically from all over the world. And obviously, because of Web3, we're able to do this. So during the times we were able to make was able to make good partnerships with actually um you know oversee friends like Ordzar and Ordilify to actually create these special partnerships and create this bridge. So yeah, that's how it kind of did it, and it's been a beautiful thing to help the communities kind of align together, especially with the Goosenals too. So yeah, that's about it.
Awesome. Appreciate that update, man. Yeah. So let's jump right into it. We definitely have some great speakers up today. Let me see here. Let's start with the Dojano's Fepe. Do we have Dojano's up here? There he is. Yeah, Dojano's Fepe. Could you kind of give the audience a breakdown of the project? Obviously the name, and I've seen some of your posts on X. It seems like you are from the Dojano's platform. I don't know if you have a connection with Eric and Ordifine, but if you could break down what you guys are about.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you. My name is Andrew. I'm since 2017, early 2017, where we buy our first Bitcoin around 1K to 2K. And later on, we are into NFT since 2020, where we bought our first NFT around for Chromie Squiggle, and also Sandbox Land. We participate in the pre-sales, and then from there we find our interest in creating art within the crypto space. Fast forward to 2023, which is early January, February. We come across Ordinals, and then we find that it is definitely something huge, because for the first time that we able to be inscribe our own art in the blockchain itself, means on chain. So we quickly inscribe some art in Ordinals, and fast forward to March, we discover Dogenus, and we already have a set of art on hand. So we quickly inscribe about 4,000 Dogenus fab, and yeah, and here we are with 2,800 Dogenus Fepe, which is a Bob Fepe, the cuter character, and 1,300 Richter Fepe, which is the thinner guy. Yep.
Awesome, man. So, what made you decide to go over to the Doge side? What was the main reason?
Uh, First, my background is I'm in the art and creative industry, but more specialized in video production. And at the same time, myself, I really love crypto very much, and my own personality is I love to be into something early. So that is why when I see Sandbox doing the pre-sales, I got into it. And then when I see Ordinals and Bitmap, I have the same feeling. Then me and my team go into it. And same to Litecoin Ordinals. That one we miss already, because it's really too many things happening at the same time. So we missed that. And then once we heard about uh, Dogenus, so as you all know, the biggest three proof of work chain is Bitcoin, Litecoin, and also Dogecoin. So we think that we cannot miss this one, because Dogecoin is one of the most popular blockchain in the world besides Bitcoin and Ethereum. So we think that we must get into this, and luckily we already have art on hands, and we managed to find some friends, which is strangers, in the Discord group to help us to inscribe with a note, Dogecoin notes, and then yeah, here we are. So back to the main point is we love to create on-chain art, and the core reason we want to do this is we are just a group of normal people. We would very much like to be a part of the history on the chain, and this is our chance. So we grab the chance in Ordinals, and we grab the chance in Dogenus. At least we are within the sub 100K. We think for ourselves, we think it is a significance for me and my team. Yeah, to be able see in the Dogecoin blockchain. Yeah, that is the core reason.
Yeah, it makes complete sense. I think it's really smart too, because Dogenals however it's pronounced. But once Ordinals gets to a point next bull market to where it's so mainstream, of course, naturally, it's going to trickle down to the other UTXO chains that allow you to inscribe. So I think that's great. One other quick question for me, and then we'll get some hands up if anybody else has questions. But what has been your feeling so far about the Doganol community? Is there energy there, or is it still too early?
What I saw was everybody is just helping each other, and then whenever I reach out for collabs, surprisingly I got pretty quick reply. Seems that everyone is helping each other especially in this bear market. And if you want me to define the status of Dogenus now, I would say it is like the Ordinal 6 months ago. I mean, in terms of development stage, although it in terms of subscription, which is inscription already reached about 35 millions, but in terms of development status, I would say it's like still very early stage, like Ordinal 5 or 6 months ago. But the basic infrastructure is already building up. The wallet, the marketplaces, and I hope there will be a Ord.io in Dogenus, which is built by Leonidas in Ordinus. Yeah, that will be very, very useful. I hope someone will build that for our crypto side. But we are not. Yep.
Gotcha. Yeah, and I do 100% think that there's going to be an Ord.io version over there, just because whenever there's a space that needs a certain tool or application, it's usually vocalized, right? And it's needed, and someone's going to fill that gap, whether it's Leonidas and his team. We saw the same thing happen on the Ethereum side. There and all this stuff. So they just pretty much copied, the same business model just on a new chain, right? So this is actually exciting and makes me more bullish on Ordinals, because now we have like the other chains that are following the business model of Bitcoin Ordinals. So pretty cool. All right. Well, anybody have any questions for Doganol's Pepe or Fepe? Just raise your hand if you want to get on stage to ask any questions here. All right. Well, I think go ahead, Kimi.
Jim, and what's the future plans for your collection, community, and that's it?
Yep. Thanks for your question, Kimi. At the moment, we are focused on building the community bit by bit. I foresee all our 4,000 plus sub 100K Dogonus Fepe will be slowly adopted. It would be a fast win. Actually, it's not mean we already inscribed everything in March. So it will be probably a slow adoption in this bear market. So now what we focus in is to getting loyal community and slowly build out the community. And fundamentally, we are focused on three things. Our unique USP is low inscription number, sub 100K. Number two is art, and number three is originality. If you look through the all the sub 100K subscription, you will see a lot of there's save images subscription, like 1 KB, around 80K to 90K, a lot of that stuff, and then a lot of blank images. and a lot of some of it is the copycat art, like moonbird stuff like that, which inscribed by a random person. So I think the one of the meta is probably in Dogenus is try to collect some sub 100k. As there's one that is good is Doge Punks, and then probably hope you guys will consider Dogener Fepe. So our wish is we hope we able to get about 1,000 to 2,000 collectors, which each of them will collect probably 5 Fepe or so. Yeah. So this is our mid to short term goal. Yeah, and then we focus on the three USP that I mentioned just now.
Nice, nice, thanks. And I pinned up your invite to Discord, so you're welcome.
Yes, everyone, we created a temporary link. It will be expired in about 3 hours. The reason we're doing this is we want to get the early adopters, and this group of people who come into Discord will be like a day one OG, and probably we just want to test is there any support. Actually, we don't believe in whitelist, but uh, we we will go through this stage also is to because we see that we need more time to build up the community in Dogenus. I hope that people who like our PFP will also try to use the PFP when going to space and when go to interact around with people. That will make us very happy. Thank you.
Awesome, man. Awesome. I really appreciate you breaking down the project. And for those who are, really, really focused on Bitcoin ordinals only right now, that makes sense. But just keep in mind, like, how the last DeFi cycle went, right? Like, it definitely trickled down to the other chains and stuff. So getting in early might not be a bad idea. But of course, this is not financial advice. But, Shizzy and I with Ordinal Revolution, we cover anything ordinals, and, Doginals is definitely a part of that family tree, and anything in the future that is considered an ordinal, we also cover as well. So just look out for that. I appreciate you breaking down everything, Doginal Fepe, and we will look forward to any updates in the future. I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Power Doge, and then we'll hit Eric after that. But go ahead, Power Doge. Let's hear what you got to say about your project and what you're building over there.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you for having us here. This is Rina, the marketing representative from PowerDoge. So we are at the very early stage, and our NFT project is developed on the Dogechain blockchain. So PowerDoge is a very unique combination of NFTs, Dogecoin, and the concept of the proof of work, which is POW. This kind of combination enables our players to earn continuous returns by simply just owning the NFT. And we also incorporate the concept of the real world assets, which map our offline physical mining machines and tangible assets onto the blockchain, and which also allows our users to buy use how it works. By owning our NFTs, users could receive daily injections of Dogecoins directly into their wallets, which allow them to enjoy a steady stream of earnings. And after the minting ends, and we will also use the all the proceeds from Power Doge minting to purchase the computing power to mine Dogecoins for users every day. And we also have an incentive website which will display in real time the number of Dogecoins consumers will receive each day, and wait for them to claim that. And about our art stuff, so our Power Doge avatar is all about like showcasing the essence of power and energy. As you can see of our profile, the standout feature is the bolt lighting bolt on its forehead, giving it a very unique look. And this kind of design choice isn't just for show, but it ties directly into the name Power Doge. And the dog looks very confident and strong, just like we imagine the Power Doge to be. So for us, we have chosen to operate our project on the DRC chain, meaning because we are faithful supporters of Dogecoin, and we believe that DRC chain will grow significantly, propelled by the Dogecoin community, and this growth will in return boost the value of the Dogecoin. So our teams are very optimistic about the future development of the DRC chain, and with the fast transactions, believe that the DRC chain could potentially become a leading blockchain platform in the future. So integrated with the current Dogechain ecosystem, we will also create our own trading market for our users, which will enhance a kind of the ecological environment of the Dogechain overall. And we will also permanently use the funds from the pool to buy back NFTs in the market and further increase the floor price of the NFT series, and the wallet addresses of the Power Doge are permanently open to the public. So we think this would be an innovative link between NFTs and the real world. So just imagine an NFT that not only exists in your wallet but also mines Dogecoins for you every day. And we also have some follow-up plans for blockchain games and a sum of like metaverse strategies. And also our first season NFT holders will receive some rewards in subsequent plans. So for now, our project has not been launched yet, but we plan to first release like 2,000 pieces on the basis of 10K NFTs in the next few weeks. Space for giving us the opportunity to join in.
Yeah, awesome. And of course, you're welcome. You know, we definitely want to have a platform for all project founders that are legitimate. And it doesn't matter your size, if you're huge or small, you know, that's why we're here. But very interesting concept, you know. But before I jump into this question, if everybody could just hit that little bubble in the bottom right and retweet this space so we can get more people in here. I know it's not going to be your traditional Saturday morning spaces for like 2 hours plus, but also remember, we are trying to bridge that gap for, you know, the Chinese and Western communities to merge, and, you know, as many as that we can take over there will be, you know, great. So let's share this space. But back to Power Doge. So, you know, this is interesting that you guys are trying to loop in this proof of work concept with the NFT. Now, you said that your NFT can mine for you. How does that mechanism work? Do you still have to use CPU power along with your NFT? Do you know how the concept is going to work?
So basically, like our team, like experienced with the offline mining and investment before. So like we like the thing we trying to do is that like make the mining process more easily for users. So just like you buy the NFT, that means you buy the mining kind of mining machine, and just in the form of NFT. Like, so we want to all the process be more simple and be more convenient for users, like to like just like in the form of NFT. So that's how our like how our projects are doing. And also like beside this point, and we also want to add more to the community, like the Power Doge itself. Like the more thing that we want to do is to build more subsequent plans for all of the concept, not just like continuing the Dogecoins which mines for you every day, but like we want to be like engage the community for every users, and to share their things or to be beloved in this community. So that's all the things we want to do, and how it works.
Gotcha. Okay, so that makes sense. So this is kind of like a mining type of project to where the NFT holders might possibly get something, maybe, I don't know, like a share or something in return for the mining process that the project does, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. And then also wrapping in the real world assets, I believe, I would assume that that's extra separate. That's on top of it. Is that accurate as well?
Yeah, real world assets, like that's another concept we are trying to do. So like as I said before, like we our team consists like of experts from the financial and blockchain industry with both like international and domestic experience. So we like currently we process mines valued in the 9 figures to provide our capital flow, and our team also has previously focused exclusively on offline mining and investment. So we are trying to like convert the things like for more on Web3 world, under Web3 world, and the like more value on the blockchain stuff. So yeah, this is a real world asset is also another concept we are trying to convey.
Awesome. I mean, it seems like you guys have a really deep plan. So I'm definitely going to keep my eye on you guys, and see how everything plays out before the launch. I do love the actual ordinal. I think it's it's a different version of what the Shiba Inu typically looks like. So excited to see what your collection looks like as well. Let's see if we can get any questions here. Does anybody have any questions for Power Doge and what they're doing here with the proof of work and real world assets and everything like that? Go ahead, Shitcoin Sham.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. Yeah. So, where are you guys based?
So currently, thank you for asking again. Like, part of our members are based in like the US, in New York City, and like part of our members are based in Hong Kong. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So this is, I mean, that's so that New York of all places too. So my only question and concern for you is offering something like basically equity in a mining pool is kind of what it sounds like. It's a little bit of a concern on the security side if you're US based, particularly and you have US investors. So I just want to make sure that you cover your bases on the legal end. There's a lot of ways you can just insulate yourself and make it work good, but just be careful before you get too big, because yeah, I mean, sounds like a shared enterprise with an expectation of return to me. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was my only question. I was curious about where you're based, and if you're based partly in the U.S. in New York, you might want to think about corporate structuring. DM me, I can contact you with some people who can help you with that.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for your like advice, and and the security thing is the thing that we are like continuously trying to figure out. And like
honestly, sorry to interrupt you. Honestly, the way to do it, in my opinion, is lean into it. If you're going to be offering something that could be seen as a security, just fucking be a security. Register with the SEC and fucking get it done the right way. If you lean into it, you're going to do a lot better than everybody else who's trying to dodge it in the gray areas, I think. So that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, definitely. Like the security thing is the like the very priority thing. Like we want to like ensure everything just like to be safe, to be good for our users. That's like the first priority for our users to do. And we are like still trying to like figure out like how to make this all have done. And I think like we will figure out we kind of figure out now, and we will like make sure if there is any other things to like influence this, and to make sure our security is like get done for in the future plans. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's a great question, Shitcoin Shaman. That was the first thing actually that popped into my mind whenever I was hearing like kind of the mining revenue share. I think a lot of it has to do with like how you word it if you try to go around it, but like you said, maybe head on is the way to go here. But yeah, so great question there. Any other questions for Power Doge? All right.
Or come to Balkan, don't pay tax, don't pay electricity, pay a dinner to local politician, and you're good to go. Just kidding, but that's the case here.
I don't think you were kidding, dude. The way you said it. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. In every joke, there is a half of truth.
Very true. Very true. Well, we appreciate you, Power Doge. I'm definitely going to keep my eye on you and the DRC20 or the DRC chain or Ordinal side of things, Doganals. But yeah, let's go ahead and pass it over to Eric. He is the founder of Ordifine and the founder of many things that he's working on right now. The dude's a busy guy. He's probably project manager of the century. But Eric, so if you could explain kind of how, the whole Doginal movement is going, how Ordifine is going right now, and just where you guys are with development.
Yeah. I'm a co-founder of Ordifine. Just want to put it out there. I'm not the main founder, so just to throw that one out there. But yes, appreciate everyone's support here. So, we're in a dead ass bear market, right? We all know that. So we're still chugging right along, man. I mean, I think we posted some stats yesterday. There's been over 17,000 transactions our first, few weeks open in the Ordifine marketplace. So that's pretty humbling to see. Everyone using the platform for peer-to-peer, buying, selling, trading. So there's been some good activity. Obviously there's a few other Doginal and DRC20 marketplaces, and props to those guys like Doggy Market and Doge Labs, and they're pulling in some great numbers as well. So just speaking off us, I can't say anything is dead, and I know those guys have some volume as well, and we all work together. So it's great to see these communities coming together. And as you mentioned earlier in the show, don't be scared to like branch to a different chain. Last bull runs, we all probably had our hands in a few different things, and that's kind of how I look at it with Doge and with Bitcoin. Those are my main chains. And sorry for the background noise, guys. It's 5:40 a.m. here, so I'm out where the miners are right now, so you hear those in the background. But the wallet, we're continuing to update. You guys see updates on our site for both buys and things in the marketplace as we continue to roll things out from feedback of the community. So we're always open to constructive criticism and feedback from everyone to make sure that it's the platform you all enjoy to use and the tools that you need. As far as the wallet goes, We should have an upcoming update soon on the wallet, just for little updates for that, and things to progress. Working on bringing that mobile. Obviously, that does take time, or a lot of other wallets would be doing that, right? So that's what we're working um, on our Doge side there. So continue to update the platform, add more Doginal collections. We've got to get activity rising. I put a post out yesterday that people have been mentioning that Tesla opened up Dogecoin as an option in the merch store for a few items right now. So that could lead to bigger things with Doge, right? So it's starting to get that recognition. With that, obviously, we know Elon plays a big part of that, but maybe he'll bring it to X or other platforms. So I think it's just seeing a lot more building in this bear market, and maybe because I'm involved with it on the Bitcoin side, but I just think in general, there's just a lot more building in this bear market than I've seen. So I'm really excited to see if and or when the next bull run comes, what happens.
Yeah, man. I think you hit the nail on the head in terms of just how things will probably trickle down. It's hard to see that right now because we're so engulfed in the original, ordinals space, right? Like Bitcoin is where it all started, and it's still being built out. But just keep that in the back of your mind. This is something that whenever the next bull does come, remember, it always trickles down. It starts at Bitcoin, but now instead of hopping over to Ethereum next, the profits will trickle down to ordinals, and then possibly like Doginals and other ordinal platforms as well. So awesome. I wanted you to touch really quickly on, I know we're kind of on a time limit here, but touch really quickly on the ARC20 marketplace. That's something that you're also a part of. If you could speak on that and really what you're feeling on it, because it does seem, and it could be that we're just at that phase of, atomicals, that the platforms aren't ready for, simple user UI. But what's your feeling on it right now?
But yeah, I think you kind of touched on it right there, Yobi. It's not an easy protocol for just your average user to jump into, right? Like what the RC20s were, and that you have to install a few different things, and most people don't even, get on Gitbook, right, or GitHub, or have no need to get on there. So it's growing. It's definitely bullish in the Chinese community, and I think for reasoning, it will be in the other parts of the world when people start to understand it and have access to it, right? So we're working on our web-based wallet, kind of like how Ordinal's wallet is, to start hopefully having that drop tonight or in the morning, which you'll be able to mint from as well. And then obviously the marketplace, we're about 70-75% done with, and hoping to have that ready for everyone here shortly. But again, as we did with Orderfind, we're not going to launch anything if it's not ready for anyone to use. So we'll obviously make sure that that's ready. But the wallet's just about there. It's under testing and for Bitcoin. And again, it'll only support send and receive of Bitcoin and then atomicals to start, where we'll then do an update to it to support our ordinals that we all love and enjoy right now. So that's in the works, and we'll see that, right? And then obviously we'll end up bringing that to Google Chrome extension, and then we'll be working to bring that mobile as well, as just like we're doing with our Doge platform. And then the other parts of that is we've had a lot of requests, as you know. I know it's not ARC20, but just to build another Bitcoin ordinals marketplace. So that'll be in the works for us. I can't give any times for that, but that's kind of like our future plans there. But really focused on Ordifying and making sure that that's up to date, and then obviously our atomicals products that we're working on. Thanks, Yagobi.
Awesome update. Awesome update. In this space, it moves so fast, and it always has. But I feel like the last probably 3 weeks has been like the most movement. Seriously, like even like Shizzy and I that cover the entire ordinal space, it's like, we're doing interviews and all these things, and it's hard to keep up, man. Like literally we had to be like, all right, we're dedicating this day to get caught up with everything. And so this is an exciting time. you know, and it's an exciting time that it's moving like this, because everybody is like really bullish on a lot of these things. Not everything necessarily is going to survive, but we're just in a time of innovation, and I think that we got to feel really blessed to be here during that time. But yeah, any questions for Eric on any of the protocols that he talked about? Go ahead, Shizzy.
Yeah, what's up, guys? What's up, Eric? So my question is, we interviewed A from Atomicals a little while back. Amazing, smart guy. Actually, like obviously blew our minds, just like you blowing everyone else's minds right now. Sorry. Real. My question is, have you been in contact with A at all, and has he helped on this in kind of any way?
I haven't, but my dev's been in great communication with him, going back and forth behind the scenes. So yeah, we've been in communication with those guys. They repost some of our stuff as well. So yeah, we all want everyone, to grow within this ecosystem, right? I work a lot with Billy. Billy Bitcoins, he's big on Atomicals right now, and a few others that have been great, right? So those guys have been really helpful with the protocol. So me personally, I haven't spoken with A, but again, I'm not the one that would need to per se, since I'm not that dev, doing that stuff behind this. I am working on a little UI stuff that kind of came out, but just nothing crazy. But that's why I say I'm not a dev. So yes, good comms with that. And to touch on what Yagobi said as being the tech side, I think it'll, when people realize that these are backed by Satoshis and what the platform, what this protocol offers, I think we'll start seeing some adoption to it. But we definitely need the tools to make ease of use easier for people. Yeah, I'm high. You know what I meant. Making it easier for people to use. I think I messed that line up.
No, you're good. I think that's what it's going to. As the interface gets easier to use, then of course more people will come over. So I have no doubt that Atomicals will get to a point to where someone can just go to a website and be able to purchase ARC20s and all that stuff, but we're just not there yet. And but one thing I will say that makes me very, very bullish in where we are in terms of the spaces. I ran a Twitter poll and listed four different topics that were, asked the community what's the most overlooked ordinals play, and everybody it was a hard time for people to pick one, meaning that a lot of these narratives are really strong, and that's without including the new ones, right? So definitely feel like we're very well positioned here. But let's go ahead. I want to pass it over to Shitcoin Shaman. We haven't given him a chance to kind of talk a little bit about what he's been building. I know that he's got the Benjis going. Can you talk a little bit about like the project that you've been kind of leading and how that's been going, what your experience has been with that?
Sure. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. So it's you see my PFP, the Bitcoin Benjis. Basically, it's the idea is really just to have a community of where myself and there's I've got like 6 or 7 other traders who give some content periodically to like in the Discord there's like holder only channels. But yeah, I mean I'm a trader mostly. I mean, in spite of my name being Shitcoin Shaman, my real skill set is leveraged trading. So it's pretty simple. I basically just spoon feed calls. I trade pretty frequently. I got a pretty good strike rate. I mean, if you took all my calls the past month, you'd be doing pretty well for yourself. Despite being stopped out like maybe 3 or 4 times, I hit some pretty killer moves in both directions. But yeah, I mean that's just sort of like I launched this thing purely as I was just like in a mad rush to try and make I came to Ordinals. I felt really late in mid-May, I think. So I felt like I sort of missed it. I'm like, I gotta plant my flag here somewhere. I don't know. And I launched it just as a straight up just PFP art thing, really, and just with, because the main thing that appealed to me is just, you know, immutable uh, data on chain, but also allocation of scarce Bitcoin real estate by the same token. So I kind of rushed the launch. I'm like, that's very clear. It was clear in the beginning, but you know, I got, what I love about Ordinals is I met a lot of, as I was struggling trying to launch this thing initially, had the artwork, had it all set up to go on Gamma and all that. And, you know, it like minted like, I don't know, 40 or something, or 30 in like the first day, and then just kind of did nothing. And, but what's cool about Ordinals is that even though I was like a nobody and sort of fucking up at every first turn, the community, I was meeting, you know, other founders and builders and stuff, and everybody's just so like open and sort of uh collaborative, that like Knox from Skull X, I was sort of just like whining to him or asking him for advice, and he's like, dude, the art's sick. He was like, but I just think you rushed it. He's like, just it's you just did it, just pause it and just focus on building a community. He's like, I've been building my community for 2 years. It's not going to happen overnight. He's like, don't feel like you got to get it done right away. So I did that, and that was like great advice. Took me about an hour to come around to it, because at first I felt like it was going to be just giving up, you know. But I'm glad I did, because then I did that, and as soon as I stopped trying to push for the mint, then I got people who are actually like curious about Ordinals come. Then people just being like, "Hey, do you need a mod? I'll work for $100 a week." Like, that's like all you get when you're trying to launch anything. You just get people coming looking for work, and you're like, what? Like, you think there's money here? But anyways, but yeah, I mean, so that went good. And then, I mean, so as I was just sort of focusing on that, and like, I didn't even really know what I was going to do with the community. I sort of asked myself, you know, what value can I actually bring? Like, I'm not an artist. I don't really consider myself an artist. What beyond just the art of it? Because it's not everybody loves pixel art, but some people could love what it represents for them if the community provides, you know, if it's giving them access to some community that's providing them something that's really valuable, it might change the way they see it, you know. So I'm like, well, I'm a trader first and foremost, so well, fuck it, I'll just do this, and that's sort of where I started, with that being the central focus of the community, and that's gone really well. I mean, I've got people who just sort of bounce ideas and take the calls, but I've got other people who I deal with more one-on-one and like actually want to learn, and that's exciting to be like, you know, be able to maybe teach somebody what I know, and then what'll happen is if they're actually into it, they'll take it, make it their own, and then they could be another person contributing to the community rather than some student of mine, you know, because it's not there's more than one ways to trade successfully. And the reason I tried to get other good traders I know in there with me is because I'm not right all the time, and my method isn't the only method. All these guys that I invited in have much different approaches than me, but they all print, you know, and that's sort of what would be cool to me, is if you know, the Benjis you know, symbolize, you know, sort of a path for people to print their own in real life Benjis. And so like that's been sort of the focus of the idea of it. Now that I had a little bit of momentum and sold out and didn't have to shill so much, I've been able to focus more on that, and instead of just trying to be out trying to get my name out there so much. But yeah, other than that, we do have, on top of like the community aspect and what the value is, you know, I do love the art. I'm trying to do some cool shit with the art. You know, I basically went through, when I first started, I went through like the collection that I had generated, and I added like four I made like 4 rare traits, a couple backgrounds, some glasses, and a hat, and those, and then I sort of like handpicked ones that they would look good with, and sort of redid those items from the collection and made those like the grails, and it just so happened to be like 23. It was no like number idea to it. It was just I went through and there was like 23 I thought would look good with one or more of these traits. So I had that, and then late July I heard about the first double inscribed Satoshi being done on satting.io, and I was like, oh, that's cool. How can I do that? And then I saw that it was the second inscription was cursed, and so I'm like, okay, that's cool. And there was an example, and it was like this butterfly, and then like the negative version of that image was the cursed one. I'm like, that's really cool. It's perfect for like the cursed name of it and all that. And so I was like, I gotta do something. So I started picturing like what a cursed Benji would be in my head, and then I tried to fucking create it. And I'm pretty proud of what I did with those in terms of the art, just because it was really out of my comfort zone to try and create 23 things to go with these grails, and that was cool. It sort of I don't know, made me start doing trying some new shit. But yeah, I'm also just happy that I was not quite first. The first was that butterfly collection. I think it's like 15 pieces, but I think I'm at least the second. I'm definitely early on the reinscription train. So that's about all there is to it. I think I feel like I talked fucking nonstop there for a minute.
No, you're good, man. You're good. Just to give everybody some insight, Shitcoin Shaman does definitely bring a lot of value. He's a part of the base community, and I see him constantly just chatting in there and giving insight and everything. And he was, one of the first to use reinscription, from what I know, and create a collection based off of it. So. Go check out his collections on Magic Eden. It's the cursed ones are Deal Ordinal's cursed Benjis, and then the main one is the Deal's Ordinal Benji. What was the last part?
It's just Bitcoin Benjis, Deal Ordinals. The curse collection is just literally there just to display, because those are all attached to grails from the main collection. You cannot buy those on Magic Eden. They're literally just there so you can see all the cursed artwork together. I just did that yesterday just because I'm sort of just trying to think of little things to keep it going while I'm working on some new stuff for the future drops and stuff. But yeah, yesterday was cool because I did that. Posted a little giveaway saying like go upvote these because I want like some eyes on the cursed side, the cursed artwork that I got there. And then late last night, a friend of mine wanted to do an OTC mint. Like he missed the drop, the open mint we had on Magic Eden. I'm like, yeah, all right. I'm like, I got some fucking pizza sats. You want them on those? And so I did that. And then so like late last night, the Ord.io was filled between that batch coming through and people probably seeing the giveaway thing to go upvote. I was the front of Ord.io was filled with Benjis at like 3 a.m. my time. So I was pretty friggin' psyched about that.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. We appreciate you, brother. You are definitely a valuable community member in Ordinals. And keep on keeping on. We're gonna definitely keep track of what you're doing. But I have some questions for you separately outside of this because we, obviously we're gonna move over here in a little bit. But I want to get Akili some time here on the stage. She's an artist with Muse Ordinals. Akili, can you kind of explain what you do as an artist and what the project's about?
Hello, GM and GM to the other side. Can you guys hear me?
We hear you. There's some background noise, but we can hear you.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Still outside, so it's kind of noisy. But yeah. Okay, so thanks for bringing me up. Thanks to Ordinal's Revolution. Thanks to all the speakers and listeners. I'm Akili. I'm from Taiwan, and I'm living in Singapore. So I'm actually have some projects on hand. One of my project is Music Journals. Music Journals is actually an Ordinals project that we are currently collaborating with one of the music production companies in Taiwan. So what we are doing right now is that we already have an AI music app already like ready for people to use it to like create their own music from scratch. To they can actually use the AI music tool to generate lyrics, generate melodies, and edit from there, and also generate MV from there. Yeah, so this is just one of the projects. So I did actually pin it to. Uh, I think I have shared. Yeah, there you guys can check out the pin post. And there is another thing that I'm actually doing behind Music Journals. We are developing AI human for movie productions, and the team is also in Taiwan. So what I can say is just that our team is actually from the Taiwan's entertainment industry, or the big guy. They're all from like Taiwan's intellectual properties associations, and also there are some celebrities, some from movie production companies. So if you guys are interested to know more about what we are cooking behind this, do feel free to send me a DM. Right.
Awesome. So I have a question about the AI tool. Is this something that you guys have already developed, or is it coming soon?
Oh, okay. So we already developed. So since we actually developed the Chinese version 2 years back, and only quite recently, like I think around last month or 2 months ago, we actually updated the current version. So we actually updated some premium features, and also different languages, all that. So it's already ready for people to use it. And we just successfully done the fundraising as well for the first raise. So because this project is actually collaborating with one of the music production companies in Taiwan, they actually have their own NFT is publishing, but we are partnering with them. Like what we are doing is actually for music dinners, right? Why are we launching this collection is because they actually don't have any collection on Ordinals. So you were saying like, oh, then why not we expand the communities to Ordinal spaces, since there are still a lot of builders and Ordinal spaces. Like there are a lot of communities, Chinese communities also, like Ordinal Labs, and some English communities like Base, like you guys. Then that's why we came up with this project. So we give people some other chances to actually join us. So whoever own our NFT, they will be able to be part of the shareholders. So in the future, when we generate any profit from music productions, from any form of income, you guys will be part of it. Yeah, this is all what I can say.
Awesome. I think this kind of follows a little bit down the same line as the mining Doganals mining project, in terms of like the sharing of the community. So just make sure that all that wording is done correctly and everything, and maybe connect with Shitcoin Shaman as well, because he seems to have some experience with that. But yeah, today's space was definitely really, really good. I appreciate everybody for joining, all the speakers, Shitcoin Shaman, Bean, the base community. Shout outs to Power Doge, Dogginols, Fepe, Akili, all the people in the audience, Danny from Vampires. There's a lot. You got KT Investments out there, so we just appreciate all you guys. Showing up every Saturday. Inscribing Amsterdam is definitely going on right now, so it's a big event. So it was a little bit light, but let's go ahead and show some support with the base community and try to merge this bridge over with the Chinese community, because we're all one big family in Ordinals, right? So we even showed that today, whether it's Bitcoin, Doge, or whatever, it's like we're one big family. So I don't know, Bean, can you post the link for the space, the new space?
Oh, bro, I'm kind of confused right now. Kimi boy asked us to come on as a guest today. That we're not talking about base here today.
Oh, my bad. Okay, sorry. I
Oh,
thought we were trying to combine spaces
it's all good.
to merge over. Yeah, let's do that. I want to definitely get into the base. So that was my bad, miscommunication there on my part. So let's dive into base and kind of what you guys offer to people in the ordinal space. I could talk a little bit about that from my experience, which was amazing, just jumping in there. At first I was kind of like, okay, like how do I get in? But once we talked to you guys, it was definitely not a hard thing to jump into. But let's go ahead and Bean, are you here? I think I lost them.
Yeah, it's showing connecting with him.
Yeah, so it looks like Bean, we must have dropped off. But yeah, that was my fault. Anyways, check out the base community. They're definitely doing a ton of great stuff here in Ordinals. And just make sure you check it out, because they always have a lot of new projects that they're launching. Their art is launching. But yeah, so let's go ahead and merge over to the other space. Shizzy, do you have the link for that?
Yeah, I'll post it, and just come to the channel. I'll post it there. Because once I exit out of here, you can't see the comments anyway. So just if you have trouble finding it, just go to our channel at Ord Revolution, and then it'll be the top post there.
Awesome. Okay, so go to the Ordinal Revolution Twitter account, and then we'll see you guys in the space.
See you guys. Peace. And remember, next Saturday, 8 o'clock, we'll do the full one. We'll definitely get a Bean back on that one and get him first to get going. We apologize for that, Bean. But yeah, so
He's back, actually.
All right, let's get him on.
All right, there he is.
Sorry,
dude.
Yeah, don't worry about talking about base. Don't worry about it. I mean, we'll find another time or another day. It's all good. I guess there was some miscommunication. Kimi boy asked me to come on and speak, and I guess it'll just be another time.
Yes, I really wanted to hear about that. I hope you will not launch before next week. So
it's more important right now, so it's all good. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, probably people from here will go to that space. So
yeah, we'll probably we'll probably see people there. So yeah, okay,
yeah,
all right.